Hey, so those of you who watch my channel know that I post a lot of things that are baby related for, I hope, obvious reasons. But that's not all that I actually do with her. A lot of the books that I post are way shorter than the ones we actually read together, and the songs are just ones that I've got fairly well memorized. So there's other things that I do that I would encourage anybody who is a new parent to do with their kids. And one of those big things is reading. Now, obviously, I've got a couple stories on there, including one that I've written myself, but that's actually not the majority of what I read with her. Because one of the things that we've found is that the more words a child hears in their formative time, which she's 2 months, I think this counts as formative time, but the number of words they hear influences their neurochemistry and what all they can retain and learn later. So a lot of the stuff I've actually been reading to her is a lot longer than what I've been posting. Now, the vast majority of the reason behind this is because the video that I can actually take is, as you all have probably noticed from the shaking, on my phone. And that has a rather short amount of space that I can do any given video on. So it's not a matter of me necessarily wanting to just post the shorter videos, although with playing them for kids, a lot of times the shorter picture books are a lot easier. But most of what I actually read with her is a lot longer. Like, we've been working our way through this, one of my personal favorites, for the last about a week now. And I'll just read the short stories to her until we reach the end. Usually she'll fall asleep before we reach it. Not always, but sometimes, most of the time. And that's going to give a lot of words that they wouldn't otherwise hear in day-to-day conversation, especially when it comes to baby stuff. Because most people that talk to babies tend to not use their full vocabulary, just instinctively. I know that's a way of trying to help the kids learn, and there's actually been other studies showing that baby talk and that annoying high-pitched odd enunciation that we take on when we use it is actually a evolutionary thing designed to help kids pick up certain sounds that are more difficult. So it does serve its purpose, but it doesn't really help a whole lot when it comes to actually trying to expand what they hear later. And even outside of what I personally read to her, I've got videos that I've got on my playlists that I go out of my way to make sure are bigger vocabulary. I stick a lot to the science and history, just by complete coincidence, because that was what I happened to be on at the time. One of the first videos, and technically series, she listened to was by Extra Credits. If you all don't follow them, please do. They are amazing. But it was their series on Catherine the Great. They've got other ones that are just everything. Mostly history and the concept of gaming and how to better the industry. Amazing channel. Go watch them if you haven't. I'll actually try to get a link down below if I can. Now, one of the things that I also try to do is make sure that there's foreign language stuff for her to hear. I've got some stuff in Mandarin. I've got some native Hawaiian. I've got some French. I've got some Spanish. I try to make sure that she's got a good wide variety to hear. And I know that to some extent that it's kind of as to how much they actually pick up, but it's not even necessarily about her learning those languages. That's up to her. If she decides she wants to learn a foreign language, I will embrace that wholeheartedly and do everything I can to help her. But it's also, like I said, about that neurochemistry and being able to make it so that it's easier for her later on. I know that there's probably things that I could be doing that would do more, but I'm also trying to do as much of that as I can, So that's basically what the ramble was about today, is the importance of reading and singing and just letting babies hear language in general. I know that probably most of you aren't at a stage where that matters anymore. Your kids are either too old or you don't have kids yet or whatever. But for those of you who do watch, who do have kids in this age range, think about it. If you aren't already, it would be a huge help. Even if you yourself are not a big reader, think about it. Even just for the first few months, pick a story. Grab a Dr. Seuss book. Read them Corduroy. Pick up a Winnie the Pooh. Something. It will help them, I promise. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day.